Have you ever wondered why some people seem so natural speaking English, while others, even studying for years, still sounded or robotic? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Today's Impact episode starts in moments. So stay with me, because that can be the key turn you sought so much to finally unlock your English. But first, let me explain to you a very important thing that maybe no one has told you yet. Hearing practice is what separates those who only study English from whom English lives. And when you hear English the right way, carefully, with repetition, with intention, something starts to change inside you. You start to think differently, to formulate different phrases, to feel more confident. It is as if the language started to be part of who you are. And do you know why it matters? Because no one learns to sound natural only with grammar, neither with books nor just with applications. You need to hear a lot of real English. English spoken with emotion, with errors, with breaks. English that comes from life, not just from the classroom. You may have already felt this, that studies, understands well, even reads without difficulty. But when you will talk, crashes. The words disappear, or go out without rhythm. This is more common than you think. And it's not your fault. You were taught to translate, to think too much before you speak, seeking the perfect form. And then naturalness is lost on the way. But here is a powerful truth. No one needs to sound perfect to sound natural. You need to sound human. Sound like someone who communicates with the heart, with presence, with intention. And that, my friend, you get guided practice, and especially with active listening. Therefore, this video is much more than a simple English tip. It's a frank, straightforward, welcoming conversation, as if I were here by your side, taking you by the hand and saying, you can. You just need to stop seeking perfection and start looking for the connection. Imagine now that you are in a cafe in New York. A native sits next to him and begins a conversation. You understand what he says. You answer. Without thinking too much, without translating. Just get carried away. This is the feeling of sounding natural. And no matter where you are today, even if your English is at the basic level, even if you have never exchanged, you can get there. Because what matters is not where you are. This is where you want to go. And more than that, what you are willing to do every day to build this dream. This episode is for you who have already felt ashamed to speak, for you who are afraid to look strange to the accent, for you who already thought, will I one day be able to talk like them? The answer is yes, but you don't have to talk like them. You need to speak like yourself, only in English. And that's where the secret comes in. Sounding natural is not copying a native. It is to feel comfortable being you in another language. Throughout this video, I will show you how to make it happen. Let's get in this journey with lightness, no charge, without pressure. And if you feel you need motivation to continue studying English, this video is for you. If you have thought of giving up, thinking you will never talk well, stay with me until the end. Today it may be the day that everything changes. Then it already takes your headset, increases the volume, and leaves your mind open. Because from now on, you will understand what is crashing you, and how to overcome it lightly, motivating and practical. And in the end, you will leave here with something new inside you. A flame on, a silent certainty. I can speak English, and I can sound natural. And there, prepared? So take a deep breath and come with me. Today's episode will turn its way of seeing English. And before continuing, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Because here, each video is one more step in their freedom to communicate with the world. Now let's go straight to the point. How can you sound natural in English anyway? The short answer would be, listen more and say how you think. But the truth goes a little deeper than that. Sound natural is not about repeating book phrases. It is about understanding the rhythm, tone, breaks, and even the small mistakes that native speakers make. It's about getting out of artificial English and getting into real English. Think with me for a moment. When an American says, you know what I mean? He is not literally asking if you understand. That is a rhythm, a bridge, a way to keep the conversation alive. And if you want to sound natural, you need to learn not only the words, but how words dance together. Do you know that student who speaks everything right, with impeccable grammar, but still looks like a robot? He is focusing too much in the form, and forgetting the essence. Sounding natural is like playing guitar. You can learn the chords, but if you don't feel the music, it comes out without soul. In English, it's the same thing. And do you know how you start putting soul in your English? With active hearing. Listen to real dialogues. Watch videos with caption. Listen to podcasts. Pay attention to expressions and intonations. Repeat with emotion. Imitating is one of the greatest secrets to seem natural. Have you noticed how babies learn to speak? They do not start studying grammar. They listen for a long time, repeat, wrong, and try again. But over time, they are fluent. Now look how curious. Adults want to learn English quickly without making mistakes and still talking like natives. But they are ashamed to repeat, to make mistakes, of children's opinion. But it is precisely in this process of making mistakes and repeating that naturalness appears. So here is a powerful advice. Allow yourself to sound wrong at first so you can sound natural later. Do not be afraid to use expressions such as kinda, gonna, lemme, wanna. They are the heart of natural speech. These are contractions that show true fluency, which bring you closer to living English, the real English. You don't have to hide your accent, but you need to stop talking like you're reading a contract. Be light. Be authentic. Do you know a powerful tip? Serious audios, you're speaking English. It can be reading a small dialogue or describing your day. Then listen, feel the rhythm, realize what seems to be locked, and try again. This simple habit can transform your trust. Because when you hear yourself, you understand yourself. Another essential point. Avoid translating in your head. This delays fluidity. Instead, train thinking of blocks. Do not translate, I'm going to take a shower as I'm going to take a shower. Think directly on the image. Visualize and speak. The fluidity comes from the imagination connected to the sound, and not from the word, translation by word. So here is a powerful exercise. Choose 3 short phrases in English every day. Listen. Repeat. Serious. Feel the sound, the rhythm, the emotion. Over time, you will realize that these phrases start to leave naturally, effortlessly. And there is the secret. Naturalness does not come from pressure. It comes from light repetition. If you repeat with pleasure, carefully, with presence, you will grow. Now answer me. You prefer to look like a walking dictionary or someone who really connects in a conversation? The answer is how you practice. Sound natural is to practice with purpose. It's not just studying, it is training with intention. It's like an actor who repeats speech until she looks real. You need to live English, not only understand it. And here is another hard but necessary truth. You don't need more books now. You need more exposure to the living language. Series, YouTube videos, conversations, audios, songs. What matters is that you are in daily contact with the language, every day, even if it is for 10 minutes. What's more, find something you like, that arrests you, may inspire you, because learning English without passion, it's like trying to run a marathon on your back. Passion is the fuel. So choose a theme you love and consume it in English. Want to learn English with sports? Go deep. With comedy? Excellent. With spirituality, music, games, movies, documentaries, everything is worth. The important thing is that you train the ear, mouth, and soul. And never forget that. You are not competing with anyone. You are on a journey with yourself. And every little advance you do, it's a victory. When you can answer without thinking too much, when the words come out with rhythm, when you hear and smile, thinking, wow, I said that, then you will know you are sounding natural. And that, it's priceless. So, now that you already understand what it really means to sound natural in English, let's recap together. Sound natural is not about having perfect English. It's about having true English, full of rhythm, of intention, of emotion. You have learned that listening is essential, that repeat lightly using real expressions and allowing yourself to make mistakes are part of the process, and that you don't have to eliminate your accent. Because the most important thing is to communicate clearly, with confidence, with presence. Think about it. You don't have to expect advanced English to look fluent. You need to look like you speaking English yourself. And this begins with the simple and daily practice of hearing, repetition, conscious listening, and speaks with soul. And do you know something? Maybe today you still feel insecurity. Maybe your voice still shakes. Maybe still compare with other people. But everything is fine. This is part. Just don't let it stop you. Because fluency, natural sound, freedom, they are right there after a few more attempts. You don't have to run. Just need to continue. If you dedicate 10 minutes a day to train real phrases, listen carefully and repeat with emotion, your English will change. And more than that, your self-confidence will explode. You will start to be proud of your progress. You will stop apologizing for your English and start using it with joy. You will talk, and the world will hear. So here is my practical suggestion for today. Choose an English phrase you like. A phrase from a movie, a song, a series. Listen, repeat, feel. I recorded you saying, and smile, because you just took another step to talk like a native. No pressure. Shameless. Just with truth. And never forget, the journey to sound natural in English is not about getting fast. It's about becoming someone free. Free to express yourself. Free to connect. Free to live experiences that only English can open to you. Then go ahead. Listen. Admire yourself. And celebrate every little victory. You are on the right track. And here, on this channel, you are not alone. You are part of a community of people who believe it is possible to learn with joy, motivation, with purpose. And if this video touched you in any way, if you inspired you or helped you see English in a new way, I want to ask you something simple. You subscribe to the channel right now. This helps the channel grow, and more than that, it shows YouTube that this content deserves to reach more people. Also leaves a comment saying, I want to sound natural in English. So I know you have gotten here, and I will answer you with the greatest affection. And of course, share this video with a friend who is also on this journey, because together we go further. Thank you for letting me enter your study routine, for trusting me as your voice of motivation. Go back here whenever you need a little push, and never forget, you are capable. Your English will flourish, and the world will still hear you, of the natural way that only you know to be. We see each other in the next episode. God be with you. And keep practicing, because natural English starts with the first step.